First off, I have to issue an apology, right? I put up a story the other day covering Tucker Carlson and the way that Joe Biden's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighters were able to break into an undisclosed, shipping courier and extract valuable intel on Hunter Biden. And that intel went missing. It was very extremely valuable, and I didn't do my due diligence on the story that day because apparently here's what happened. Okay, the Tucker Carlson had to have these documents from an undisclosed source sent to him, right? So his producer decided to send them via like shipment, and the shipment in the sorting facility was later found to have been opened and the documents were missing. Now, Tucker Carlson reported on this as if this was the only copy of the documents that he had, which later he confirmed it's actually not the only copy that he has. Okay, he later confirmed that. So that's good. He still has the damning intel on Hunter Biden. So we're going to know the true story of Hunter Biden. However, now this has been revealed since that UPS was the courier service that was shipping this package. However, it turns out that Tucker Carlson has turned over a new leaf. Despite having this intel, Tucker Carlson has decided to turn over a new leaf when it comes to Hunter Biden.
Last night we told you about a pretty weird experience we had this week. On Monday, one of our producers in New York overnighted a package to our executive producer, Justin Wells, and to me in Los Angeles. We were there preparing for an interview with a former Biden family business partner called Tony Bobolinsky. Somewhere along the way, the contents of that package disappeared. Inside it was a flash drive that contained primary documents pertaining to the Biden family. We should tell you those documents did not come from Tony Bobolinsky, and of course, we made a copy of those files before we sent them because we're careful. We got a lot of documents.
Now, I do have to say, if you made a copy of these files before you sent them, why did you report the story as if there was a massive conspiracy? And to be clear, Tucker Carlson in tweets implied, or in statements implied, that someone had intercepted his text messages to obtain this package. Oh, that's right. I haven't put up the video. Good catch. Calm. Chill. Here, you can look at his weird orange face now. I hope you're happy. Tucker Carlson had a copy, but reported on the news story to let everyone know that something weird had happened with these documents, implying that someone was spying on his text messages and had, like, ghost-like ability to infiltrate UPS undetected, and and that there was some sort of deep state conspiracy afoot. The Ghost Recon team had been assembled. So, it's kind of weird that they did that when they had a copy of the documents, but you know what? Let's hear them out, okay?
From a lot of different sources all the time, but that's especially true in election years. And before we put them on the air, we have to determine first whether they're real, these were real, whether they're newsworthy, and whether it's legal to show them. We wanted to assess what we had, and we're still assessing it. But the point is the package never arrived. Proprietary reporting on the Biden family, documents sent between journalists by supposedly secure overnight mail, disappeared. And they vanished on the same day we were conducting a heavily publicized interview based in part on documents from the Biden family. So as you can imagine, we wanted to know what happened. Unfortunately, we still don't know what happened. This morning, UPS issued a press release announcing they had found our flash drive and then boasting about their customer service. Quote, UPS will always focus first on our customers and will never stop working to solve issues. Which is fine. UPS is a reliable company. They rarely lose anything. We agree with that. That's why we use them in the first place. And yet they lost our Biden documents. How? UPS won't tell us how. We spent a lot of the day talking to executives there. They claimed that the flash drive was found on Monday night by an hourly employee at the UPS building on 43rd Street in Manhattan. They suggested it might have been sitting on the floor there. They couldn't prove that because, remarkably, in a room where millions of high-value packages are handled, there are no security cameras. That's what they told us. UPS says the employee who found our flash drive simply dropped it on top of a supervisor's desk. Our documents sat there undiscovered for more than 24 hours until we announced on television that they were missing. That's their story. Obviously, we had some questions about it, but UPS executives did not answer our questions. Quote, "There are no more details. Security is returning it. Apologies again that we were unable to deliver it next day at the service level you requested."
I like that so far, this 4-minute long segment, 2 minutes of it is complaining about UPS not effectively shipping something, which they do that all the time. That's actually quite frequent for a shipping company, for like packages to get lost. However, it is a little weird to have a package opened and the contents missing. I would hazard a guess, though. Just to put forward my own theory here, that if the Ghost Recon squad was assembled and sent to the UPS facility, and they disabled the cameras and they snuck in without being detected by the employees, and they're going in, they got the night vision goggles, they go in, and they get to the package where these high level documents are. Why wouldn't they just take the package? Because here's the thing, packages go missing all the time. It's way more suspicious to have them in the facility, rip open the package, take the contents, leave the opened package there, and then do question mark with the documents that they then drop on the floor of the facility and leave. Completely undetected, by the way. They're ghosts. When I say they're ghosts, by the way, I don't mean like they're like highly trained special ops soldiers anymore. Now I literally mean they're ghosts. They're ghost soldiers. They go in invisible. They're getting ectoplasm, a trail of ectoplasm leading through the warehouse. Well, that's the other question, Archangel DeKalb. If they have digitized the documents, why don't you send it via like a secure email service or something like that, which is instantaneous, rather than shipping a USB drive? So many weird things going on here. Anyway.
Our exchanges went on like this for hours. And the main question we had never changed. How did our flash drive get separated from the package that we sent it in? That seemed like something worth knowing. The envelope was securely sealed. We know that. 2 witnesses saw our producer seal it, and UPS does not dispute that. Was the package torn open accidentally by a machine? That seems unlikely. UPS says that almost never happens. So we're left with the obvious explanation. Someone, for some reason, opened our package and removed a flash drive containing documents that were damaging to the Biden family. We'd love to know who would do that and why. It would be helpful to see the envelope itself, but UPS says we can't see it because they threw it away. So here we are. We got our flash drive back today, and that's great. But what we'd really like are some answers. And speaking of answers, it occurs as reading this that we mentioned the documents that we get from a lot of people. And we've received an awful lot of documents recently about Hunter Biden. We haven't aired all of them. In fact, many we have not aired. The ones that are pertinent to his business career abroad, favors he did on behalf of foreign clients with the help of his father, that seems relevant. And it seems like news, and we brought it to you, and we're not ashamed of that. But there are a lot of documents about Hunter Biden's personal life that we haven't brought to you, and we're not going to, and we should tell you why. One is the obvious answer. He's not running for president. And so to the extent those documents pertain to his dad, of course. But Hunter Biden is a fallen man at this point. And I should also say that I knew Hunter Biden fairly well. We lived near each other in Washington for quite some time. I knew his wife, who was an absolutely outstanding person, a good person. I never thought Hunter Biden was a bad person. I thought he had demons, but in the time I knew him, he kept them mostly under control. At some point, he lost control of those demons, and the world knows that now. He's now humiliated and alone. It's probably too strong to say we feel sorry for Hunter Biden, but the point is, pounding on a man, jumping on, piling on, when he's already down is something that we don't want to be involved in. So with that.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Interesting. Now, I don't feel like I really need to tell you guys that Tucker Carlson has been one of the people dogpiling on top of this Hunter Biden thing since the very beginning, throwing this around. So this seems like a really sudden and strange change of heart. Why on earth would Tucker Carlson do such a thing? Why would Tucker Carlson have this come to Jesus moment where he's like, Hunter Biden is a fallen man. Stop, please. We can't stop talking. We have to stop talking about his personal life and his character. I mean, we did show those documents on Fox News about how he's a crack addict, and we implied that there's a bunch of videos of him fucking women. We implied that maybe we were going to show those things, and, well, here's the thing, guys. Maybe, just maybe, going out on a limb here, there might be a reason that Tucker Carlson suddenly changed his tune when it comes to Hunter Biden. I know, it sounds crazy. It sounds like maybe that a lot of these documents might not have the validity that these people tried to sell you. Which, a lot of people on the left thought might be the case since the very beginning, because it seems very strange that, a Delaware laptop repairman would send a laptop to Rudy Giuliani full of documents. Just nebulous documents. So, turns out actual reporters do digging, guys. And as much as we have skepticism about the mainstream media, look at this. How a fake persona laid the groundwork for a Hunter Biden conspiracy deluge. NBC has a breaking news story earlier today about how essentially the documents from this laptop, this whole expose on Hunter Biden, from this laptop, comes from an intelligence company that doesn't actually exist. And you know what? It gets even crazier, okay? Okay, it gets crazier. So the company involved is called Typhoon Investigations. And it is run by a man named Martin Aspen, who is reportedly Swiss. Turns out Martin Aspen doesn't exist. Martin Aspen is actually, his picture is an AI-generated photograph of someone who doesn't exist. And in fact, there's no evidence that anyone named Martin Aspen lives in Switzerland. So the Swiss government has confirmed this, by the way. So it's a fabricated identity. And this has been confirmed by disinformation researchers, and who they have ways of detecting whether or not a face is generated by AI. And the intelligence firm that Aspen has listed on his previous resume, his very real and legitimate resume, the intelligence firm says that no one by that name has ever worked at their firm. And no one by that name lives in Switzerland. And on top of that, somebody has taken credit for creating at least some of the document. A professor by the name of Christopher Balding. Now, Christopher is an open critic of the Chinese government, which is, you know what, that's fine. But that kind of explains why a lot of this questionable intel um, has Hunter Biden doing dirty deals with the Communist Party of China, um, and all of this stuff. So basically, it serves two purposes for on his part. It smears Joe Biden. He has no love of Joe Biden, so in that sense, it's going to spread far and wide due to the right wing conspiracy machine. And he also hates the Chinese government, which, in all fairness, he has probably a good right to be very critical and hate, like, this, not be a huge fan of the Chinese government. It is, after all, authoritarian. Um, what are these articles? Can you tell me? This is NBC, How a Fake Persona Laid the Groundwork for a Hunter Biden Conspiracy Deluge. Go check it out for yourself. And Karma 24 Hours, welcome to the chat. I also link everything in my highlights after the streams are done. I can you know what? I'll do you one better. I'll put it in chat for you. Okay, there you go. Knock yourself out. All right. So, let's see. Let's see. Okay. The document and its spread have become part of a wider effort to smear Hunter Biden and weaken Joe Biden's presidential campaign, which moved from the fringes of the internet to more mainstream conservative news outlets. An unverified leak of documents, including salacious pictures from what Donald Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, and a Delaware Apple repair store owner claimed to be Hunter Biden's hard drive, were published in the New York Post on October 14th. Associates close to Trump, including Giuliani and former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon, have promised more blockbuster leaks and secrets, which have yet to materialize. The fake intelligence document, however, preceded the leak by months, and it helped lay the groundwork among right-wing media for what would become a failed October surprise, a viral pile-on of conspiracy theories about Hunter Biden. So, essentially, this document originates from a blog called Intelligence Quarterly, and let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the blog is run by Albert Marco, who, works in politics and economics. And Marco claims that he received the report from Balding. So Christopher Balding here, another finger pointing towards him. And here's what Balding has to say. I had really not wanted to do this, but roughly 2 months ago, I was handed a report of Biden activities in China. In China, the press has simply refused to cover. I want to strongly emphasize I did not write the report, but I know who did. Balding later claimed to NBC News that he did, in fact, write some of the document. Balding used to be a associate professor at Fulbright University, Vietnam, and specializing in the Chinese economy and financial markets. And here's what he had to say. I authored small parts of the report and was involved in report preparation and review. As a researcher, and due to understandable worry about foreign disinformation, it was paramount that the report document activity from acknowledged and public sources, Balding said. Great care was taken to document, cite, and retain information so that acknowledged facts could be placed in the public domain. Balding said Aspen is an entirely fictional individual created for the sole purpose of releasing this report. Balding did not name the document's main author, saying the primary author of the report, due to personal and professional risks, requires anonymity. Here is Martin Aspen. This is not a real person who exists, by the way. Yeah. This is totally normal stuff. Totally normal. Balding claimed that the document was commissioned by Apple Daily, a Hong Kong-based tabloid that is frequently critical of the Chinese government. A spokesperson for Apple Daily confirmed it had worked with Balding on the document. So, okay, guys, just to recap real quick, we have Christopher Balding. We have the guy who runs the initial blog where this report was published, pointing his finger at Christopher Balding. Christopher Balding is like, well, yeah, I helped put it together. You know, it was really important to get it right and whatever. But I wasn't the main person who wrote it, and, you know, it was commissioned by this outlet. And the outlet itself, when asked, said, yeah, we commissioned it. They came clean. In addition to posting the document to his blog, Balding also promoted it in far-right media, appearing on Bannon's podcast on China Unscripted, a podcast by the Epoch Times, a pro-Trump media outlet opposed to the Chinese government. And it is worth pointing out that the Epoch Times, by the way, if you're not familiar with that outlet, is run by a cult that is highly critical of the Chinese government. It's run by the Falun Gong, which is it's a cult. It's a cult, and China has outlawed them, and so they hate China. To kind of give you like a very, very brief overview of it. And Falun Gong has kind of like retaliated by claiming and building a bunch of news networks and outlets that are highly critical of the Chinese government. And also, by the way, the Epoch Times is currently trying to expand all across the world and is extremely supportive of Donald J. Trump. It is a far-right outlet. It's a far-right conspiracy theorist outlet run by a cult. So, if you see the Epoch Times, take whatever they say to you with a grain of salt, okay? What? Hold up, if this is true, why are left-leaning apps blocking people who post the documents, and why has the FBI said this is Hunter's laptop? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I would hazard a guess that because it is being circulated by Rudy Giuliani, it could, you know what, it could very well be that they have some, like, valid intel in there. I don't know. But I do know that a large portion of this was kickstarted by this incredibly fake report. So, yeah. Let's see. Balding, an American who taught economics at China's Peking University, business school until 2018, often critical of the Chinese government. He made news this year as a source uncovering bulk data collection operation by the Chinese, company Shenzhen Zhenhua Data Technology. And you know what? That sounds like a good thing he did. But it's kind of canceled out by the fact that he really kickstarted a conspiracy theory that has dominated our press when we could actually be talking about real issues. Blog posts highlighting the most salacious parts of the document, including articles from the Intelligence Quarterly blog, Revolver News, and Balding's blog, received 70,000 public interactions, which includes reactions, comments, and shares across Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, according to social media analysis tool BuzzSumo. Balding's blog was the primary driver of virality in conservative conspiracy communities. The report itself was shared across Facebook and Twitter 5,000 times. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. After the promise of a big reveal one day earlier, the document was posted on the extremist forum 8kun by Q, the anonymous account behind the QAnon conspiracy theory movement. So I would hazard a guess that this got a lot of traction in the QAnon community, and that later trickled into the wider conservative talking point sphere. On Twitter, the document was pushed by influencers in the QAnon community. Yeah, that makes sense. As well as by Dinggang Wang, an anti-Chinese government YouTube personality who works with Guo Wengui, a billionaire who fled China amid accusations of bribery and other crimes. Republican Newt Gingrich, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, tweeted the document to his 2.3 million followers. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing where this is going. Let's see. Yeah, immediately suspicious. The document gained attention from disinformation researchers in part because the image of the document's author. Um, First, Elise Thomas, a researcher at Australian Strategic Policy Institute, first spotted telltale signs of a fake photo when she went searching for Typhoon's Aspen on the web. Thomas found a Twitter account for Aspen named Typhoon Investi1, which had posted a link to Typhoon's WordPress page that contained the document on August 15th. The profile picture for Aspen immediately showed signs of being a computer-generated image that could be created by computers and even some websites. Aspen's ears were asymmetrical for one, but his left eye is what gave away he did not really exist. Aspen's left iris juts out and appears to form a second pupil, a somewhat frequent error with computer-generated faces. I wonder if we can see that. I find that very difficult to see. I don't know if you guys can. Um, yeah. So, oh, okay, let's see. Oh, okay, so he is currently employed at the Fulbright University, Vietnam. Um, Wait. As of Thursday afternoon, the university had listed him as being currently employed, but later put out a statement saying he was a former professor. Oh, okay. So that's very confusing, but okay. Um, so just gonna go out on a limb, guys. And oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Here we'll take a look at it again together. Here's Martin Aspen's face. His ears are indeed asymmetrical, and also, I can't really make out his pupils. Okay, but yeah, maybe you guys can tell the difference. I can't certainly. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say maybe this is why Tucker Carlson's tune changed so drastically between Monday and today. Yeah, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. Okay, might be the case. Might be the case.